Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is a short Derek signing in. How's everyone? A very good morning. Okay, all right. Check in. Time today is 5th of Feb 2021, Friday. In fact, I'm in the midst of attending a CPD class, so I'm going to make it quick so I don't miss too much of the things that the trainer is talking about. So, good morning. So fast, right? Jan has passed us, and then we're on to the 5th day of Feb. And I was just calculating, right? Just you look at it, what's going to happen next Friday? Next Friday is going to be the first day of Chinese New Year, 12th of Feb, right? So we only like one more week to go, for Chinese New Year. All right, and it's getting pretty exciting because I'm really looking forward to it. There's still so much more we need to get ready, so I'm not going to hold you up too long. Um, it just prompt me to start really going through my checklist and just make sure I tick off all the items I need to get done before New Year comes. Now, just one thing I'd like to share today, because in fact it's interesting. I'm attending the CPF scheme class, and things like that. The trainer is talking about this. It's interesting to really have more in-depth knowledge about how CPF is being used and how it can potentially affect any buyers. So this is an interesting topic to talk about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of friends out there are probably not aware of how the age of a property could potentially affects you into your retirement years, and even leading to that, how whether could you still even use your CPF for a property that hits a certain age, right, certain remaining lease. So that's pretty crucial. So that's important to know. Now, the other thing I'd really like to share is this thing about the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism funding checklist. This thing came about last year. In fact, if you were to look back into the market, in the economy, this is not new, right? This is not new. Because from what I know, I think the insurance and the bank, they have always been doing this. If I'm not wrong, sorry, I know. I mean, if I'm not wrong. So, but in the real estate, this is probably something new, right? As in, like, this new checklist came about, we were asked to say we have to perform this as part of a rental, any rental agreement. So this is something new. The interesting thing is this. Once again, we fall back to the same situation about changes being constant, because it's interesting that I come across some tenants buyers that that actually were asking, why do I need to perform this list? And they were throwing all kind of questions, and there was resistance to it. Now, so a few things I like to share, right? Let's understand the fundamental first thing first. Why does this checklist came about? Let's understand the intention behind it. The checklist came about to protect landlords and tenants. I mean, that's allowed me to be just a bit candid. I'm not being sour grape or whatnot, but checklist has never meant the process really is not meant to, or rather should I say, the primary audience the checklist is meant to protect are the landlords and the tenant, not the agents. Not the agents. So it's not a case where agent gay kiang, want to extract or want to act smart or things like that to add this checklist. As a result of this, right, logically, why would anyone in the right frame of mind want to do that? It's not that we're trying to bypass the system or take a shortcut or take the easy way out. But these are additional paperwork, and these are additional stuff, and why do I want to make things so difficult for myself? I mean, I'd rather do it very streamlined, very clean cut, very everything very straight, just to the point and done with. Why do I want to introduce all these additional paperwork? Just doesn't make logical sense. Doesn't make logical sense. But nevertheless, you can't help but some of the landlords and the tenants are still questioning about that. In fact, this morning was interesting. One of the landlord was asking me, Derek, this checklist or this AML, CTF thing, or all this CTF, this anti-money laundering and all this counter-terrorism funding check, is it Derek's law? Is it Derek's law? I was like, huh? Sorry, why would I even want to do this in the first place? Anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna go down that path because we have visited that to that point, to my point. I'm not going. It just getting pointless. So anyway, long story. So I'm not gonna go down that path. But it was interesting. But I really like to just put forth this point, right? Understand the intention behind everything that a client or anyone that's seeing, because don't just question that, but look at what's the intention behind it. The woman's chapter checklist is meant to protect landlords and tenants. The anti-money laundering, the counter-terrorism funding check is again meant to protect the clients. Be it you're a buyer, you're a seller, and whoever that the agent uh, happened to be representing in that point of time. So it's to protect you. And let's just think of it for a moment. If we do an honest living, if we lead an honest life, we do honest living, we have nothing to hide, then why are we so fearful about doing the anti-money laundering check and the counter-terrorism funding check? By you behaving, by you being resistant, are we not raising unnecessary suspicion that we are, or we potentially may be, hiding something from the system? Am I wrong? So if we do honest living, there's really nothing to hide, unless we are saying that we are actually trying to hide things. Then in fact, when we behave in that manner, didn't we just arouse small suspicions and draw suspicions to us? Is it not? So let's just be very above board, be very upright, be very brave and be very upfront about ourselves. And there's nothing to hide. If I'm lead the honest living, yeah, lead the honest life, there is nothing to hide. None of this process, none of these laws should even dawn on me, because hey, I have nothing to hide. I'm law abiding, right? Okay, so that's all I like to share for today. I really like to share that, hey, believe that the system and trust that the system, at least for Singapore, right? I don't know about other places, but in Singapore, we are actually we have a very strong and sound governance system, and a lot of these things are very well thought through before it's actually ever introduced. Okay, so believe in that, and I hope this helped to bring some light into something that you probably can think about. All right, so thank you, bye.